We were up before the sun this morning and we are on our way to Jazza's studio on the other side of Melbourne, but I'm very excited about today. I'm finally going to get to meet all of the Insert Art team and hopefully have a lot of fun with them. And it's been about a year since we've actually chatted and hung out with Jazza in person, so it's going to be a lot of fun to catch up with him again. Very excited. I think I need another coffee. It is a very foggy start of the day. It's currently like 13 degrees and really foggy, and today is supposed to be a really hot day. I think it's supposed to be a high of 30 degrees Celsius. So that is just typical Melbourne weather, really. Check out the sunrise. Just a quick detour. Oh, I'm overthinking it. Guess who we ran into on the other side of Melbourne? It's my dad.
Hi.
He actually lives right near us, but happened to be out here for work. So we stopped for a coffee and yeah. So we're finally here at Jazza's studio. Just casually sneaking around Jazza's office and noticed that our Thor picture is still here from a year ago.
I'm very excited. So you had made this when we met last time.
No.
You had.
This is only 6 months old.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I think I saw the work in progress. I think you showed me some preview.
Oh no, you would have seen the digital version, which is the color catalog. It kind of
Okay.
works with this, but this is like the next step.
I'm very excited. So this is 2. This isn't. It doesn't come as.
It comes as 2.
It comes as 2.
Yes, this is a kit. You can buy 1 or you can buy 2.
Oh, cool.
Most people buy 2.
But this is 2 whole things.
This is 2 separate things.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. It's a different lid. Don't have.
I have the same problem, and now I finally worked out that you just need like a little knife.
Ooh.
It's a different method to unboxing. How's it taste? Or flavour?
Oh, you guys put a lot. You think of everything, don't you?
Scratch and sniff style.
I think was that the raspberry? No, boysenberry corner. Sorry. At least you know coming here. You just.
We know we're in for coming here. We've done this before.
Give me the rundown.
Well, I kind of feel like the best rundown is for you to experience this without a rundown.
Okay. Oh, this is the sequel. The original and the sequel. I've got to start with the original then. We'll get to the sequel. What's this for?
All right, so I will explain the sticker. So this one has a sticker number 1 and the other one is sticker number 2.
Clearly go
so you can label them, but it's optional because like me, I didn't label mine because not everybody wants a number on their box. So instead of printing the numbers on the box, we made it optional and gave people a choice because then they can either put the numbers on, they can put it wherever they want, they can make it discreet.
I like the number.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't at a glance know the difference. But it's good that you made it an option. Did you release them both at the same time?
Yes.
That's really interesting.
So the reason there were volumes is because when we made the digital version, we made version 1 and then about, I'm going to guess, a year later, we released volume 2. So then when we made the physical items, we decided to keep them in the volume 1 and volume 2 as well. You can tip them all out if you want. Like it's...
This is insanely cool. So they're like massive swatch libraries.
Yes.
Ah, cool. I like the 2-sided thing. And I like the visual reference. Okay.
So,
I was going to start asking questions. It's all here. All right. Cool. The instructions.
like the biggest thing we found, especially with colouring books, but it really applies to any art, is that people start a project and they're like, I don't know how to pick colours that work well.
Yeah.
The idea of this, it's not supposed to be like a rule of like you have to use these colours, but it's really supposed to be when you start a project, it's one less thing you have to think about.
Yeah.
So you go through this, you find either a picture or just the colour palette that inspires you, and the pictures are really help you to sort of work out what mood you're going for.
Yeah, cool. So you can basically browse and be like, what mood am I working towards?
Yeah.
I love like, that's the sort of thing where like, yeah, I know I want a sunset piece, but the orangey sunsets are a bit garish, whereas that's a really soft lavendery sunset, which is
so for beginners, it's like gives you that starting point. But then for someone who's an advanced artist, like for me,
I found myself using this a lot because it stops me going back to the same 5 colors every time I do something.
Yeah.
Because you fall into habits of what's familiar because you know certain colors work. So for me, as someone who does stuff all the time, really cool. I use this as a way to challenge myself to use colors that I wouldn't normally use.
Yeah.
So I found like I did a sunset piece that was colors that I would never think to use in a sunset.
Yeah.
And so it's actually really good for people that are established artists to challenge themselves to actually stretch and go a different way.
It's cool too because it gives you an idea of proportions. Because like you look at that palette, and if I didn't have the reference image, I'd be like, what the heck would I use that for, right? But they're quite strong, the red, blue, and yellow, but they're very limited in their application in the example, and everything else is quite muted and sort of supplements that. And that's really cool. Like the other thing too is I find it really interesting that I feel like I would be more drawn to use it than the app because it's something there's something
tangible,
really tactile about just feeling like your next idea will just be in your hand.
So the way I use it is I actually pick a category and use that to browse so that you're not sitting here browsing through 200 cards. I go and pick like, I want an ocean theme, and then it'll tell me which number. And then I grab this, I pick say 3 of them that I like, I put them on the table. And then once you're looking at the 3 at the same time, it's really easy to go, actually, that one jumps out at me.
That's really cool. How did you try and differentiate between volume 1 and 2? And how did you avoid going over the same color combinations more
There are some that are probably similar.
Yeah.
It was more that, like, so volume 1 I just did from start to finish, and then volume 2 I was trying to work out a different collections that I felt were missing from volume 1.
Okay.
So like volume 2 I did like an ocean collection because I felt like volume 1 could have had...
You'd done the digital one a while back. And these are the same images from the digital one, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So
So it all matches up.
Yeah, that's great.
So volume 1 has a lot more seasonal stuff, like it has summer, autumn, winter, spring, it has Christmas, it has like a lot of categories like that. Whereas volume 2 has like a whole big range of sunsets. It has a whole range of cityscapes. It has a whole range of like an ocean theme. It has a lot more florals. Like they're kind of created in sets, which were based on the original digital one. So like if I was to design it all from scratch, I might choose different categories and break it up differently. It was kind of all based on how I originally categorized it, but
because it really does sort of get your mind in the place of like wanting to create something complete and satisfying. It's really
and they're just fun. Like I totally just like having the
really
cards
nice
out.
Print, like
the quality.
Choice, yeah.
Yeah, we went through a lot of different samples, and like our prototype, the cards were actually originally supposed to be smaller, but I really wanted a square box.
There's numbers. I've probably messed up the numbers. It's okay. I fixed it. Perfect order. We're back, baby.
Well, this is now your set.
Thank you so much.
You can put them in whatever order you want. Little hack. So this is something that I do, right? You can always make yourself a bookmark, but if you're using one and you need to know where it goes, grab the next card, tilt it on an angle, a little bookmark. So now you know exactly where it goes.
Yeah, I need to sort out the challenge to have a play. Thank you so much. This is amazing.
So fun fact, the box is actually based off a CMYK box. So if you actually look at this, cyan, magenta, and yellow, and then all the gradients work in between. The cool thing about this is it means that even on here, if you want like an analogous color palette, you can basically just pick a row, any direction. Yeah, and
it's really cool.
That also works.
You guys have done a great job putting this together. Well done. Thanks. Go check it out with the link in the description. I'm assuming there'll be a link in the description.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, we have some bits of content that we're going to film together.
So I'm here in the Insert Art studio. We are about to film a video with lots of pencils and lots of colouring books. I joined Kat and Alicia from Insert Art.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Insert Art.
And of course, our gorgeous little assistant for the day, who was the real star of the show. I brought some of my favourite pencils to share and give the team a chance to draw with, and we talked through some tips and techniques for beginners in using pencils. We coloured along together with some books from Kirby Rosanes and Johanna Basford, after each of us chose a palette from the colour cube to work from. And while we didn't quite get to finish our colouring pages, we did have a lot of fun. We talked a lot, and I even might have accidentally committed to finishing my page in a future live stream, so that is something to look forward to. I will pop a link in the description below to the full video so that you can join us as we colour along, chat, and just enjoy our time together being creative. After all of this, I had one more video to film with Jazza for a YouTube short that by the time you're watching this has already been shared on my main channel, but we've had so many comments asking for a longer video, so here is the full version for you.
All right.
Flocks.
Flux.
I thought this would be easier than it is.
I'm pretty sure this was in the colour challenge that I did for myself when my very first YouTube video. I have no idea what it is. I'm going to guess
Right
more
there.
like a green or a blue.
Maybe it's. I'm leaving it.
I'm
I
gonna
can't
go-
change my mind with any confidence. I was right.
You weren't.
That was
It's
me.
purple.
That's basically me.
It's purple.
It's pinky purple. It's much closer than I'm
it's not-
pinky purple
it's
and you're
not-
bloody light blue.
You're not
Your
right.
clouds over here. I'm the bloody magenta sunset. That's 1
It's
point to
more
me.
like- it's
I'm
more
sorry.
like-
I'm very competitive.
It's more like
It's like 3 away from
it's
me
my
and 13
it's
away
like
from
there.
you. Yeah,
You didn't
cool.
win. No, if we use the little
Won. I won. That's it. That's what winning looks like,
all
Sarah.
right, 1 point to Jazza.
Attraverance.
A triverance.
Attraverance.
Is this like a jelly bean guessing game where as long as I guess it near his,
You even.
then I
Where's
get
the lot? Do you know what? You go first. Go on.
You already placed yours, can't change mine.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I can't wait to do that.
You can if you want. If you want the easy way out.
So if I place it here,
Go on.
and then anything on this side of
Yeah.
the board,
Yeah,
I
sure.
automatically win.
Right, go. Go. All right, what are we looking at?
Is it like my favorite color? Oh,
It's more green than blue. Wait, that's
it's not. It's like it's teal. It's over
more,
here.
Yeah, okay.
It's like way over here.
whatever. I don't even care.
Do you know the sad thing? This is like my absolute favorite color, and I had no idea.
Your favorite color is So when people say, "What's your favorite color?" Attraverance.
Triverance.
Sarcoline.
This is just-
These are brutal.
These are
I thought this would be way more doable.
There's like no context for like I've got nothing.
You go first. I
Yeah,
had one
okay.
picked, but I don't want to play by your dirty rules.
So I need to go somewhere in the middle so you don't like just do what I just did.
Whatever cheap strategy you wanted to take is fine.
I'll just go.
I was looking there.
Also, we had a similar idea.
Ah.
Okay, we were in the right.
Okay,
We were in the right half of
That's
the
about
board.
there. That's about there.
Oh, see, I would have
That's
argued.
about-
I
that's
would
what-
argue it's like
Still closer to me.
Just like there.
No, you're just trying to add red in there where it is not, madame. It is right bloody there.
No, you're right.
Yeah, that's what it be. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
this
even
is
though-
what happens when you play games with me. I
But
get
even though yellow
vicious.
is closer to this,
I'm a very
in an
aggressive
actual,
combatant.
In an actual colour wheel, yellow would be closer to.
We're not playing actual colour wheel. If we were playing an actual colour wheel, this would make a whole lot more sense. Value. Wait.
Falu. Why was I looking at that camera? There's a big camera pointing. Falu. Should we just put them down at the same time?
Okay.
All right.
Wait.
No, I'm so aware. See, now my competitive head's getting involved and looking at the shape of the board rather than actually thinking about the colour that I want to put
I'm
the thing
trying to
on.
think about the colour.
My brain's entirely going, but if I put it there, the whole board is exposed.
All right, let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, had a similar idea.
Oh!
Ooh, we're both in the right area.
Oh!
No, it's more brown. Come on.
I'll give this
It
one
is-
to you.
it is
This
more
one
brown.
yours. I'm fascinated that we both went right
Went
there.
to the brown.
I
We
guess
both went
that
to the
feels
brown.
like a Falu sort of colour.
I don't know why.
All right, well, next one wins. All right, next point wins. Our last one is Zafra.
Is it Zafre or is it Zaffa? We should add that to the video.
All right, you ready? Have you got one?
Okay, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Totally opposite.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, and then we're both super far away from it.
Oh no, and it's like going to be right
Dead
in the middle.
center, like blue purple.
Oh no, did
Do you
we
know what that
actually
means?
end up with a draw?
This is a draw. This is a honest to God draw. I don't think we can actually legitimately say
Look, I that's
it is like dead center.
What are the odds?
Well, what do you know? And the real
There you go.
the real winner is the friends we made along the way. Thanks for having me today, Sarah.
Well, we left home at sunrise and now we're returning home at sunset. It has been a jam-packed day. I'm finding it very hard to hold this phone still in the car. We have had such a great time at Jazza Studios. We've had such a fun time with the Insert Art crew and doing all the colouring that we did with them. It was a lot of fun. You have to go check out the video on their channel that I'll link to below. And I think I'm just going to go home to bed because on my desk is waiting for me the 100,000 diamond painting challenge that I'm still halfway into at the moment, and I just don't think I have the capacity to do anything else for today. So we're going to take a day off that and we're just going to go home to bed and we'll deal with the rest of that tomorrow.